Hey guys, it's Chris again. Today I want to talk about domestic violence. Alright, this is something, for one, you shouldn't put your hands on nobody unless it's somebody is threatening your life or your kids or your wife or something like that. When you hit someone, that is just so disrespectful. Why are you going to hurt someone for the thrill and pleasure for yourself? Why? That doesn't make any sense. You must have some parent issues. Your mama or daddy must have been beating you when you was a child. They must have been sexually abusing you or something because you a grown man coming home every day hitting your girlfriend, hitting your wife, and they ain't done a damn thing to you. What the hell's wrong with you? Wake up. Now, personally, I think when a man comes home and starts beating his wife or kids for no reason whatsoever, they should throw his dumb ass in jail. No, they should throw his dumb ass in prison where he can get beaten, raped every damn day. Learn a good lesson there. Now, what I don't like, nor what do I understand, is why women who are abused stay with the spouse that does the abuse to them after the first time. That should be a red flag. The light bulb in your head should be going off saying, oh my goodness, this bastard is dangerous. I should be getting the fuck out. But you gonna stay there. He's gonna come home. Baby, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. It was a mistake. I was upset. I wasn't thinking. I will never do it again. What the fuck? He is not gonna change. You stupid enough, naive enough to believe that it's gonna change. Well, it was just a little hit to the face. I guess it's all right, but you gotta go to therapy. Lord have mercy. Let me tell you something. Use Tina Turner as the best example. Ike Turner beat her so damn bad he turned her Buddhist. He turned her into a Buddhist. He beat her so bad she turned to Buddha. Do you want to end up like that? Stuck in a relationship where you feel like you have no way out? Honey, if somebody puts their hands on you, hit them back. Don't stand there and take the abuse. It don't matter how big or how little you are. Find a blunt object and knock the hell out of the motherfucker. That's all you got to do. Don't stand there and argue with them. Don't even try to, just don't talk back. He starts wailing off on you. Defend yourself. Grab a lamp. Grab an iron. Hell, grab a knife and hit him. Cut him. Police will tell you it's self-defense. But what I don't understand is why women. It annoys me. Why do women stay in abusive relationships? Is your self-esteem that low that you got to stay with someone that A, you're not happy with, B, he's abusing you, and C, he's just a worthless asshole? Why are you going to stay in that type of relationship? Your self-esteem must be so low that you gotta stay there. That is just crazy, honey. Don't you love yourself enough to want to do better than that? Don't you love yourself or your children or your family enough to want to get away from that kind of crap? What is wrong with some of you women? Now, now this even goes to some men. I mean, it's rare, but men do get abused. Men do get hit. Men are also sexually harassed. They're also sexually abused. The same goes for men. Why are you going to stay with the spouse that doesn't that hits you? That I just don't understand that. And I mean, even in the gay world, I mean, gay men, why would you stay with your boyfriend if he's hitting you or verbally abusing you? Mm-mm. That's just a no-no. Cut his balls off. Hit him. I just, it just doesn't make any sense to me why you're going to stay with someone that it constantly causes you pain. It doesn't even have to be in the physical sense. And I'm going to branch off a little bit from domestic violence. I'm just going to talk about abuse in general. I mean, because there are all different types of abuse. There's physical abuse, there's mental abuse, there's sexual abuse. You know, abuse just, it's just a lot of crap out there that people can do to you because they get a thrill out of it. Um, That's just like, why are you going to be with somebody that constantly puts you down, calls you a worthless person or a bitch or a faggot or something like that? Why are you going to stay with that person? Your self esteem cannot be that low that you think there's not going to be anybody else out there for you. Wake the hell up. If a man, or even women, if you're being hit, if you're being verbally abused, psychologically abused, get out of the relationship. Also, I don't understand why some people stay with boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, or husbands that they are not really in love with. If you have to complain about your spouse and how much you are sad and how unhappy you are, you're not in love with that person. That is just your way of crying for help without you actually saying, I want out of the relationship. Don't stay with somebody that you don't like. You're not doing any favors for nobody. Both of you are suffering. That person, look, if you're not in love with somebody, leave them. Don't stay in a relationship for the sake of being there. You're not going to, it's just not going to help you. Why the fuck would you want to stay with somebody that doesn't truly have their heart invested in the relationship? That is just insanity. Because whenever you stay out of necessity, it will always end badly. However, if you leave, there are the grass is greener on the other side. It always is. Don't stay with somebody because you're afraid to be alone or you're afraid it'll hurt their feelings. If you're not in love with somebody, simply leave. Well, first talk to the person you're with and then decide the best course of action. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're unhappy, so are they. I mean, I don't believe in the theory it takes one to screw a relationship up. To me, both sides have to, both sides equally contribute, or but two people, it takes two. I mean, I've been accused of ruining my own relationships, which I did. I mean, I take part for something like that, but it takes two to tango, baby. It really does. It takes two to ruin a relationship. You can be the nicest person in the world, but you can still be a little facetious little bitch. It happens. Also, something else that annoys the hell out of me. When I'm in a grocery store, when I'm in Walmart trying to get my groceries, and there is two screaming kids with their parents, and the parents are just saying, "Baby, no, don't yell in a store. No, bad girl, bad girl." What the fuck? When I was a child, my grandmother or my aunt would beat my ass in the store. They wouldn't stand there wasting time yelling at me. They would beat my ass, and then I'd get another ass beating when I got home. Parents, don't be afraid to hit your kids. It's not, look, there is a difference between child or physical abuse and discipline. The knowledge is in not crossing that line to where it becomes abuse. Spankings are perfectly natural. I was spanked growing up. My grandparents used to spank me with a switch, sometimes with a belt, and sometimes with a hand. It's perfectly natural. There is nothing more I can't stand than a parent saying it harms the child. Unless you're giving the child welts and burning them with something, it's not gonna hurt them. They'll cry, but they learn discipline from that. What I parenting parents nowadays are just stupid. I think parents should be more old school. When your child acts up, discipline them. Don't tell them to go to timeout. Don't what I cannot stand worse than anything in the world, and I have an aunt that does this, don't yell at your children. Yelling at your children is just the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's going to make you hoarse, it's going to make you tired, and the children are just going to laugh because they get tired of hearing it, and they think it's just, after that point, it's just useless. What the hell? Stop it. Stop! Thank you. Um, Also, what I can't stand, and this is back to abuse. Take, for instance, Whitney Houston. Whitney! That crazy bitch. Um, her and Bobby Brown were married, and she blamed him for getting her hooked on drugs. What the hell? He may have contributed it to you getting hooked, but you made the conscious decision to do the drugs. What I cannot stand is the blame game. Take responsibility for your actions, people. All right? Here's my advice. If you do something stupid, take responsibility for your own actions. Don't stand there and blame someone else for an act that you decided to do. Own your own decisions, own your own actions. They were your own, therefore you did them, therefore you should take responsibility and do it. Now, I know I've made a lot of jokes, but listen, abuse is not funny. Abuse is nothing to look at, and it comes in all shapes and all forms. And if you or someone you know has been or is being abused, report it. It's nothing to play around with. People can die from not reporting any abuse. I mean, there are married women that are abused all the time, and they sit in silence. It's nothing. It's not funny. It's not a funny issue. If you know someone that's being abused, talk to them. Encourage them to report the abuse. Um, I like to have fun and I like to joke on here, but I also like to keep it real, and I also like to be honest with people. So if you or someone you know has been abused in any way, shape, or form, talk to somebody. There are groups out there. Talk to someone you know, someone you trust. All right. Thank you. Love you. Bye.